Hello Aquarius, thank you for tuning in to your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm going to use the Vailima Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the supportive oracle cards, I'm going to use the Psychic Tarot for the Heart Oracle deck by John Holland. I know it says tarot in the thing here, but it feels more like an oracle deck, so I use it like an oracle deck, in case you're wondering. Alright, already shuffled. Relationship first. Single second. Okay. What's going on between you and your partner is a good question. Because I'm getting the Six of Pentacles from you. Now, are you giving or receiving? Both. There's a balance here. You're giving and receiving a little bit. And I'm seeing your partner with the High Priestess. The High Priestess is usually somebody who takes the whole situation, the good and the bad, and just sees it for the truth of it. And just like, what can I do with this? I mean, there's a bad part, there's a good part, but what can I do? Like, it's going to be what it is. They're not seeing it all good. They're not seeing all bad. They're just seeing it for what it truly is. And I'm seeing you with this, the Six of Pentacles. Like, you're working with your partner on this. But what I'm also seeing here, the card connected to you in the Six of Pentacles, is the refusing to see. The refusing to see is like, basically, this person has their head down and they have their eyes closed. They're just believing they're in the dark because of the way that, to me, that's how I view that card usually. Like, they're pretending they're in the dark, even though clearly the sun is shining. But the way this is angled, like, they can believe that because they're not seeing any type of sunshine. They're able to shield their eyes enough to where they close their eyes and it looks completely dark. So they're not willing to see what's really in front of them. And I feel like you're going through the motions and you're talking this out with your partner, but there's a couple good options here that you're not willing to consider. For whatever reason, they're telling me you're just locking yourself off from them. Now, there's good and bad that your partner's bringing forward, and your partner seems to be pushing the issue is what I'm getting. Your partner keeps pushing the issue, and I'm getting like the Four of Cups, like you're just kind of like, no, I don't see that working out. No. The Four of Cups is like your partner even is making some good cases, some good points, but you're just kind of like, I don't want that. No, I don't think that's a good idea. No, I see you're making that point, but this is why I think it's a bad idea. Like, you're not into it. With whatever they're going towards, you're like, no. But you're still talking with them, so you're participating, but you're not willing to consider certain things. Now, spiritually, your partner has the Seven of Swords. I feel like where this is going is I feel like they're going to let it go. Because they have, is that pick your battles? Choose your battles. Choose your battles they have with the Seven of Swords. I feel like there's, sooner or later they're going to drop it. And the reason they're going to drop it is because they feel like if they keep pushing it, or they push it hard enough, it's going to come to, it could turn into a real fight, and they don't want to do that. Now the challenge for them, this is like, this might be catch-22. The challenge for them is the Queen of Wands. The challenge is for them to back off before it gets that far, because they will secede, they will back off at some point, but this might actually turn into a situation where it starts to become an argument, and as it starts to become an argument, they might back off. The challenge for them is to not let it get that far, for them to recognize that you're not into it, you're not going to go there, you're not going to do it, it's just not going to be that way. Now, where this goes next is a good question, because what I'm seeing here, they do seem to back off. They back off because they realize you're not open to it. Doesn't matter if they have a point or not. You're not going there. They're not going to have it. It's just no. Nope. They back off sooner or later. And I get when they do, you have the Queen of Cups. You're feeling like you succeeded here. And you may have. We have to go a little farther ahead to see if you did. The Queen of Cups is telling me you're kind of like you're backing off from the situation. You're feeling like some relief, and you're feeling like things are okay. Stress is backed off. Your partner's backed off from it. You're not really sure if they're done, because I'm getting, the moon card is where you're standing. You're like, I'm not really sure if they're going to leave me alone about this or not, but for the moment, you're feeling a little relaxation, a little bit of relief from the stress. Because they've backed off at least temporarily, maybe permanently. Maybe. We have to get a little farther in the reading. I'm getting what happens next for your partner is the Hermit card. They do feel like they're right still. They do feel like they have a point, a valid point. But they're kind of holding it to the side and they're wondering, they're thinking about a different way to bring this forward. They're seeing if there's a different way they can prove to you that this is the way this should go. But they're keeping it to themselves and they're putting a lot of thought into it. But the question is, are they going to bring this back around? And I feel like you can see them mulling it over. You can see them considering it, but you're not creating a conversation about it, but you're making it obvious that you're not into it. You're either walking away from, whenever there's something that starts to go that way and a conversation happens, you're immediately moving it in a different direction. You're making it clear you're not open to it. You're making it, one way or another, you know how to do that. You're making it clear, not into it, not open to it. No, I haven't changed my mind, don't bring that around again. And they're thinking about it, and I feel like you're aware that they're thinking about it. And it just feels like they mull it over for a time, but you're not gonna talk about it, and you're not gonna bring it up. Anytime it seems like that conversation could go there, it doesn't start, but it could go there, you're moving the conversation in a different direction. You're making it obvious. You don't want to talk about it. You're not open to it. I feel like it's very clear. They understand you don't want to talk about it. What makes things better is the Justice card with the change your focus. This is on their side. I feel like they're permanently going to walk away from it. Permanently, as permanently as they can. As permanently as possible, let's put it that way. Justice happens, things go better for them when they put their energy in a different situation. They're leaving this situation alone. I don't know if they've completely given up on it, but for now, they're letting it go. For now, at least, justice is on their side by just going and focusing their energy on a different subject. This is where judgment goes in their favor. Because if there's any hope of you reconsidering a different option, you have to come to it on your own terms. And they can't push you towards it. That's where judgment may go in their favor in the long run. I'm seeing you on this side with two cards, and the third actually. You got the Fool card, you got the Seven of Cups. Is that the seven? Yep. And then you got the Joy and Stability. The Fool card is actually your challenge card. I feel like the Fool card is saying you can't avoid this forever. They may not bring it around again, but maybe this could go more to your liking if you get this more squared away on your side. Instead of them bringing it forward to you, maybe you're going to search this out on your own. You don't like the situation. Whatever it is, whatever the subject is, you don't like it. But I feel like the Fool card in your challenge position is, if you just leave it be on its own and you just kind of ignore it, it will come around again, and it's not going to work. You're not going to be happy anymore in the future than you are now. The only way to actually overcome this to, I don't know about your liking, but more to your benefit, with more of, I don't know. It's better for you to go towards it, because if you let it come around on its own when it has to come around, you're really not going to like it. It's just, it feels like it's worse if you just kind of leave it out there in naive land, like, it'll just dissipate, it'll go away. It's not, I don't feel like it's going to go away. And I feel like that's what they're saying with the Fool card and the challenge position. If you just kind of put your head in the sand and just kind of like, well, they left me alone about it, maybe it'll just dissipate on its own. I don't see that happening. What empowers you in the Joy and Stability is the Seven of Cups. I'm getting on your own, not with your partner, but on your own, you need to hash out what this situation is about. You get your own answers. And that's where the Joy and Stability come from. And I'm kind of like, I'm questioning, like, joy? I feel like stability is a better word to describe it. And, like, I feel like joy is really kind of a little bit too strong for this situation. I feel like it's saying you'll feel better if you grab hold of it and you find out what this is about and make your own decision about where this has to go. The situation is not going to go away. And it's better if you get your hands on it, mull it out yourself, realize what's going to happen here, because it has to be handled one way or another is what I'm getting. you getting your hands on it and making your own decision and then just kind of bringing it to your partner and like, this is what I decided, instead of going through a whole debate about it. If you just already have your mind made up about what you want and you just present it that way to your partner, I feel like it just kind of flows the way you want it instead of having to like negotiate it out, because I feel like that's worse for you. The joy is just, it's better. I don't feel like joy is fair. I don't know about joy. I feel like stability and things going more to your liking, yeah. I just don't feel like I don't feel like joy is the best way to put that. Because I feel like it's a situation you really don't like, and I feel like the word joy with that situation, like, I feel like you might be like, I don't know how joy would fit in with that, but a better outcome. Did we get there? Yeah, I feel like that's the advice for that. Because judgment goes more in their favor as well when you just make up your mind what you're going to do and all they have to do is follow your lead. I feel like that goes better for both of you, honestly, because this is not a situation you like. Are we good? Okay. Let's do Aquarius singles. What do we have for Aquarius singles? What do we have for Aquarius singles? Messages for Aquarian singles. Messages for Aquarian singles. What do we have for Aquarian singles? Empowering information for Aquarian singles. Single Aquarians. There we go. Empowering information for single Aquarians. The truth of what's happening. Empowering information to help them move in a direction that they want to go in so they can get the result that they would like. The truth. No. Okay. I'm gonna know what that card is at the bottom of the deck, but I'm getting no. I'll bust these cards to match up with what's already down here to give more clarity and empowerment. That's it. All right. There's a lot of speed here from the other side, but I'm getting like, I'm feeling like if this reading is going to hit with you, the person you're connecting with or who's trying to come in pretty quickly, there's a connection with your past with them that I feel like there's something about this past connection. Either in the past they were a part of a married couple you were friends with, or there's something where they were married to somebody in your family at one point, they were married to a friend, they were connected to something that was very significant that made it like a non-possibility, that where you may have been attracted, but you kind of reserved yourself like, well, that's obviously can't be, I can't do that for XYZ reason. Like you probably realized you were attracted, but you're like, there's nothing that can happen there. That's what I'm getting. That seems to be the history here. And I'm getting that something's a little weird here because I feel like this situation is still alive and well. So if they're married to somebody or they're in some type of position where you're like, they shouldn't be coming towards me, I'm getting that what's happening is they are coming towards you pretty quickly. They're coming towards you very quickly, and I get the Eight of Wands with the Ace of Cups. I'm getting like, it feels like a moment that like, it's an overwhelming moment one way or another, and you can define it the way you want. This hits differently for different people. For some of you, it's going to be a very physical moment. For other people, it's just the fact that it's flat out blatant and it's out there. It's very uncomfortable. It's feeling like there's nothing you can do at this moment, but the love is very strong. The Ace of Cups is here, and the Lovers is at the top. So you know very much how this person feels. It's not a mystery at all. I also feel that the Eight of Wands, though, or the Eight of Swords, like, you're feeling like there's nothing you can do with it. They told you, you feel the same way, but due to the circumstances, you're like, there's nothing I can do with this. Granted, that's a trap card. They're saying there are possibilities here. This might be more of a thing like, I don't want to go down that road. Like, the repercussions are so severe that that's truly, for me, not an option. Now, I'm getting the Death card at the bottom. The way this person is coming at you so quickly, so fast, it is definitely changing your perception of this person completely. However you viewed him before this moment is different after. Because I feel like you didn't expect them to do that. I don't feel like you expected them to come at you really quickly. I feel like it's really, you don't like it. I don't feel like you like it. You're feeling like, all right, I know this information. Even if it resulted in a physical moment, whatever that is, it was one moment, and you're feeling like that's that. The Death card makes me feel like it's once and that's it. To you, there's nothing you can do with it. That's how I'm feeling. I'm getting the Five of Swords here where you're standing like, yes, this is something you could have, but the detriment, it would be a fruitless win. A fruitless win. This is not, like a fruitless win is just kind of like you could get what you want, but the repercussions for it would just kill all the positive of it. I'm getting, once this moment passes, the Ten of Pentacles, like you're just going on like it never happened. I'm feeling like you're going on like it never happened. And I feel like what you're doing here, your thoughts are like, you do give it a fair thought. You give it a fair shake, like how you could possibly work this out. But again, you're standing there with the fruitless win. Like there are possibilities, they seem interested. You give it a fair thought about ways this could actually happen. You give it a fair thought, but that's it. You don't make it happen is what I'm getting. And I'm getting the Death card again, like it's a once and done, and you're just like, no. It seems like the repercussions to you are just way too great, is what I'm getting. And this ends with the Three of Swords and the change your focus. I feel like you're disappointed, and I just feel like the way you view this person is not the same anymore. I don't feel like you like what you see. I feel like you're not happy about the situation. The way they came forward to you, the way this would, you're just like, no. I feel like the Three of Swords is a disappointment, partly in them, and partly like this, if things were different, there could be something here, but the way things are set up, it's a no. And I feel like you're kind of heartbroken about that. Like there's nothing you can, to you, there's nothing you can do with this. The change your focus is just like you're just not allowing yourself to go there with the thought. You're just like, that's not going to happen. There's nothing for me here. And you're just literally changing your focus. You're not even considering it. You're not willing to, you're throwing it out. Kind of like I'm throwing that on the floor. You're throwing it out. You're just like, no. You're moving on from the situation as a non-possibility. Whatever this other person is doing, that's on them, that's for them to handle, you're done. You're just flat out done. Is that it? All right, I think we got there. Thank you for watching. Of course, if you'd like a direct reading from me, go ahead, shoot me an email. jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.